10 human species that existed before us. Number 10. Homo erectus, the ultimate survivor. Appearing around 1.9 million years ago in Africa, Homo erectus became among the earliest human species to walk out of Africa, spreading across Europe, China, and Indonesia. They looked surprisingly modern, with long legs built for endurance walking. They were among the earliest humans associated with controlled fire use, and they crafted symmetrical stone hand axes, a tool design they used for hundreds of thousands of years. The last isolated population on the island of Java died out around 110,000 years ago, likely running out of room and resources as other human species expanded. Number 9. Homo habilis. Known as handyman, Homo habilis lived 2.4 to 1.4 million years ago in East Africa. They had small brains compared with later humans, only somewhat larger than those of modern chimpanzees, but were famous for making sharp stone flakes to butcher meat and crack bones for marrow. Interestingly, they weren't our direct ancestors stepping neatly in a straight line. They lived right alongside Homo erectus as neighbors for hundreds of thousands of years. In fact, scientists still debate where Homo habilis fits on the human family tree. Before they vanished 1.4 million years ago as larger, more adaptable species like Homo erectus outcompeted them for food, game, and territory. Number 8. Homo heidelbergensis. Living 700,000 to 200,000 years ago across Africa, Europe, and Asia, this large-brained species built advanced spears and heavy stone tools. They are widely considered the direct ancestors of Neanderthals, Denisovans, and modern humans. In Spain's famous Pit of Bones, 28 bodies found in a 13-meter cave shaft alongside a single pink hand axe hint at the earliest known treatment of the dead. Around 200,000 years ago, severe ice age climate shifts shrank their habitats, forcing populations to adapt and split into Neanderthals, Denisovans, and Homo sapiens. Number 7. Australopithecus sediba. Discovered in 2008 when a 9-year-old boy in South Africa tripped over a fossil while chasing his dog. Australopithecus sediba lived 2 million years ago. They are a biological contradiction. They had ape-sized brains and long arms built for climbing trees, but modern, human-like hips built for walking upright on the ground. A fascinating example of how different human traits evolved at different speeds. Their exact fate remains unknown, but environmental changes may have contributed to their disappearance around 2 million years ago. Number 6. Homo luzonensis. Living between 67,000 and 50,000 years ago on the island of Luzon in the Philippines, this species was small-statured with curved finger and toe bones, meant for climbing trees. The crazy part? Luzon was always an island surrounded by deep water, meaning some researchers argue this small-bodied species crossed open sea on natural vegetation rafts just to get there. They lived isolated on the island until vanishing 50,000 years ago, likely due to climate shifts or the arrival of modern humans. Number 5. Homo floresiensis, nicknamed the Hobbit. Homo floresiensis stood just 3.5 feet tall with a brain comparable in size to a chimpanzee's, living on Flores Island, Indonesia, from 100,000 to 60,000 years ago. Some researchers argue they controlled fire, crafted complex tools, and hunted dwarf elephants in coordinated groups despite their tiny brains. Local island folklore still tells stories of small, hairy forest beings called Ebu Gogo, leading some to wonder if ancient memories survived before they disappeared 60,000 years ago, possibly due to climate shifts, volcanic activity, or the arrival of Homo sapiens. Number 4. Homo longi, dragon man. Possessing a massive skull with an estimated brain size larger than the average modern human and heavy brow ridges, Homo longi lived around 146,000 years ago in northeastern China. The skull was found in 1933 by a laborer who wrapped it up and hid it at the bottom of an abandoned well for 85 years to protect it from Japanese forces. Revealed to the world in 2021, its features suggest adaptations that helped it survive extreme cold before disappearing around 100,000 years ago due to severe climate shifts and competition, though scientists suspect they were actually Denisovans who eventually merged into modern human DNA. Number 3. The Denisovans. A high-altitude ghost species, first identified in 2010 from DNA extracted from a single pinky finger bone found in a Siberian cave. Living from 288,000 to 30,000 years ago across Asia, we still have no full skeleton or reconstructed face for them. Yet, their legacy is huge. They interbred with modern humans, passing down a high-altitude survival gene that allows modern Tibetans and Sherpas to breathe easily in low-oxygen environments today. Before disappearing around 30,000 years ago due to climate shifts and resource competition with Homo sapiens. Number 2. Homo neanderthalensis. Dominating Europe and Western Asia from 400,000 to 40,000 years ago, Neanderthals had larger average brain sizes than modern humans. Some researchers argue they built complex tools, created jewelry, used pigment art, and cared for severely sick and injured group members for years. They didn't simply go extinct 40,000 years ago. Modern humans interbred with them as we expanded. Today, many people carry around 1 to 2% Neanderthal DNA, meaning they live on inside us. Number 1. Homo naledi. Living 335,000 to 236,000 years ago in South Africa, Homo naledi had modern hands and feet paired with a brain only 1/3 the size of ours. Their remains were found deep inside a pitch-black cave system, accessible only through a squeeze barely 7 inches wide. While researchers initially claimed this small-brained species intentionally buried their dead and carved symbols into cave walls, these claims remain heavily disputed by scientists due to a lack of clear geological proof. Regardless, their existence suggests that some complex behaviors may have emerged much earlier than expected, before vanishing 236,000 years ago, likely squeezed out as early Homo sapiens expanded and claimed the region's resources.